big bed is called I don't know. I just stand in the bed. And
In addition to leaking numerous tapes of Chrisean having sex with Diddy during those freak-offs, Kemp recently got into a heated argument with Chrisean. For some time now, Tia has been clinging to Major TA about Diddy's freak-offs, but no one anticipated that she would bring up Chrisean. Tia has already made Rick Ross, her baby daddy, aware of his involvement. She isn't giving up on her though, and she has her list of priorities. Ever since Tia checked Chrisean, rendering her son crippled, they have been at odds. You all now understand how angry Chrisean gets when someone calls, exposing her nonsense. She was upset that Tia had clocked her and attempted to console her, but Tia was not amenable and returned immediately to drag her for dirt. The whole situation began a few days ago when Chrisean was venting on the internet about Blueface and refusing to accept her back. When Blue called Chrisean during a Twitch live stream, she decided to leave her son in the car so she could run off and quarrel with Blue on the phone because things had gotten so terrible. The automobile was heated, so naturally the boy began to scream, and he was essentially imprisoned within. Instead, though, she instructed one of the Twitch staff members who were present in her house to deal with him. And this poor man was perplexed, since he was unsure of how to respond to the circumstance. Her Twitch account was banned, and she received a barrage of Chrisean in her comments for practically killing the young boy. Tia made the decision to intervene, encourage Chrisean to concentrate on caring for her son and to stop making a fool of herself.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna say this nicely. Chrisean need to go sit down somewhere, and she need to get this baby some help. She need to get herself some help. She need to stop engaging with all this internet and beef and all this keep back and forth with that boy lying and playing on y'all mind, because she ain't never played on mine. I don't pay her no attention. I already know she's in the head. But it's making me mad that this baby can't get down and walk. And I'm looking at him right here. It's clear that things are wrong with him. So why she ain't taking this baby, I don't get this. But we don't know what she's doing behind closed doors. We don't. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think she's doing that. I just don't think so. Because she like to document everything. She'd have been documented that. That shit don't make no sense. Get your ass off the internet whining about it. Trash in their house and go get your own. If you getting paid money from Snapchat and everywhere else, or whatever. Because I'll be damned if I keep running back to it's going to keep throwing me the out. That get played out. Oh, hell no. It become a time and a point where you got to say, them child should be first. You get what I'm saying? You only got one. Don't have no more, please.
Chrisean didn't take this well. As I mentioned, and she vented to Tia. She made fun of her for her sons passing by, telling her that she ought to have focused more on getting him off the streets, rather than meddling in other people's affairs.
you already did this before, Auntie. And nobody aunt. We don't know you. You're a funny ass lady, but we don't know you, bro. In real life, we don't know you, bro. You feel me? And even if you was my aunt, my nigga, call me like you really love me, bro. You don't know what's really going on for real and what's really going on for real. Like, I don't know what's really going on with your kid, bro. But you would want us to pray for him, right? When he got stabbed, I pass judgment. Oh, he outside. He banging. He this. He in the streets. Man, go get your son off the streets, man. Stab for it, bro. Yeah, I said it. Out of here. I be ignoring every time you try to speak up against me or about my kid. The last time you spoke up against me was like, yeah, show us something. Show him holding a bottle up or something. And then shortly after, your son gets stabbed up. It doesn't feel good, does it? Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. If you got a kid, right? Okay. Don't stop passing judgment. I love you down. You funny. But come on now, stop speaking on me. For real. Stop speaking on me. Go back to clapping those saggy ass.
When Tia saw this, she didn't hesitate to answer. She blasted Chrisean for believing she could silence her by using her son. She claimed to have spoken exactly what she meant to say. Furthermore, since we never requested to be in the group chat in the first place, Chrisean shouldn't come online and tell us about herself in blue if she has an issue with it. She also blasted Chrisean for attempting to body shame her despite the fact that she doesn't appear to be very fit.
Attention.
What's up? Who this? Who this playing on my phone? Who is this? That's that Chrisean playing on my phone. I'm finna cuss this little out. I don't gay this.
The subscriber you were...
Y'all heard that? This got my number and she texting my phone.
The subscriber...
No, pick up the phone. Then she talking about buy blocked. No, don't block me now. I got my number from somebody and woke me up. This text me, stop calling me. You call. Talking about I'm weird. Hold up. You call me. Woke me.
Chrisean insulted Tia by calling her in the middle of the night as if all of this wasn't awful enough. Teach Chrisean to respect her elders by teaching her to leap them. She also pointed out that Chrisean was using these calls to pass the time during the night rather than caring for son, who truly needed her.
Chrisean, that's what Diddy and what the girl Chrisean was trying to recruit Rock. Remember that when they was heavily trying to get Rock to hang out with them? I think they was trying to recruit her. She got a lot going on. We're gonna talk about it on this podcast. We're gonna get to the nitty gritty of all the gritty of the nitty. Because it's necessary. I think them was trying to recruit her. Because remember they just had her pulling up to everything. Thought she Yeah, remember? See what I'm saying? We don't, this podcast gonna be, because y'all know the mama know everything and everybody's business. So we gonna find out on this podcast. We ain't gonna talk no shit about nobody. We ain't gonna mock nobody. But we definitely gonna explore the possibilities that was going on. Because they kept calling her, remember, pull up to the birthday party. Come over here and dance on Carisha. Remember that? I feel like they was trying to recruit that baby to be in on this. That makes you see what I'm saying? That's why I gotta have a podcast, because I gotta get the table. Can't nobody get it on the table but my nosy. Okay, Tasha K and she over there making up. I know we gonna get to the bottom of on this podcast. Tell me if I'm lying. Go on over there and tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they was trying to recruit that baby. They said, let's get her away from him. That's what they was doing. We gonna put a couple pounds of that on her and have her fly. They ain't gonna never suspect her.
Damn, that would make so much sense. That's why he grabbed him and he said, what did he say? He said, do you love her or she needs love? All she needs is love.
All she needs is love. Now, how about that? We gonna explore
As the situation worsened, well-known blogger Hot Tea Chocolate intervened and sent Tia direct messages informing her that the phone conversation was a hoax and that the audio was actually an old recording of Chrisean on Instagram Live. Tia said, insisting that Chrisean was the one who had called. In the end, Chrisean shared screenshots of the text exchanges between Tia and Hot Tea Chocolate with the comment, "She's an old weirdo." "Hey Tia," Hot Tea Chocolate wrote. "In the texts, I don't think that's Chrisean phoning you. Apparently, you're alive." Her prior response has been repeatedly recorded. She's being used as a trolling tool so you can think she is the one. Tia said it's her. Believe me, it wasn't a call recording. Her phone was ringing from a text now number. Hear me out. I'm not sluggish, and I don't play those kinds of games. Talk facts when you speak on my phone, like that 304 did when it phoned me multiple times and woke me up. The 304 must, as I mentioned, get her in order. Of her, I no longer have sympathy for her. F everyone. Now, as I mentioned, tell her to become a mother. Furthermore, Tia wasn't lying when she claimed she no longer felt sorry for anyone since rumor has been circulating that Chrisean was served by Young Miami to Diddy, as she has been going around telling people behind the scenes. Additionally, both of them engaged in freak-offs with Diddy. because of what Carissa stated a few months ago. That led folks to believe Chrisean gained service to Diddy through Young Miami. Some think Tia received this tea from Carissa. Until Diddy was implicated, Carissa said she had no idea why Miami had become so close to Chrisean and began taking her out frequently. She began to piece things together at that point and saw that Miami was attempting to change Chrisean into one of Diddy's freak-off girls.
Day, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that. Cause what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table. That little party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek. Early on in the party or whatever. We just wanted to follow up. I'm glad that you Chrisean. And then he grabbed Lemmy by his neck. It was like, but do you with her? Like, don't play with her. All she needs is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that.
People did their own research and discovered receipts for the items Carissa was discussing. Despite their initial belief that she was merely attempting to use her influence to push the matter aside, Sean repeatedly leaned over and kissed her face in a video that somebody discovered of him at one of Diddy's parties. Chrisean tried to back off with ease because she was so uneasy and perplexed, but he was holding her tight. Chrisean was narrating the story in another video dated January of this year, as if this wasn't strange enough. History of the period, Diddy beat up Lemuel Plummer, the executive producer of Baddies. She claimed that Lemuel and she were welcomed to Diddy's private chamber, which was located behind his own home. It seems that this house was the scene of some intimate incidents that others believe are his freakouts. Not only were phones prohibited, but Lemuel was also prohibited from bringing his security guard. Chrisean claimed that as soon as Lemuel and she entered and saw Diddy, Diddy took him by the collar for paying her less for being on the evil guys. When I initially heard this, I was completely perplexed since I couldn't see how her receiving a low salary from Lemuel was related to Diddy. However, many think this was only a ploy by Diddy to give Chrisean the impression that she was safe under his care, especially as he was attempting to convince Chrisean to become one of his. Kemp further stated that although Lemuel began paying her handsomely after that day, she and he began to have issues.
Never forget that motherfucking day, bro. So I set a price. I said 200,000. You said 100. I said 150. I'm not going underneath that. Cause what? I'm about to bring a lot to the table. That little party I went to, Diddy party. We went to the little private area behind the cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't bring his security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up in there. We go upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Chrisean. You gave her kisses on the cheek.
Right now, it's impossible to say for sure whether Diddy had an impact on Chrisean. However, if the reports are accurate, Tia will undoubtedly believe them. In addition, this clarifies why Tia brought up Carissa when she was criticizing her for disrespecting her elders. Good luck, kid. People have also spoken up without holding back. The truth always hurts, someone said. A hit dog will constantly holler. Must listen to what she says. The internet calmed her down so much that the point that she doesn't understand the distinction between someone attempting to be humorous and offering sound counsel. I think Chrisean Rock definitely freaked off. But I also think that they didn't. Recruiter because her mouth is too big, stated another individual. I'd like to know what you think now, though. Regarding Chrisean apparently being recruited by Diddy, what are your thoughts? Is Tia correct to have brought this up to disparage Chrisean, in your opinion? Share your ideas with me in the space provided for comments below. Remember to click here to view this additional dirty video as well.